Hello, I welcome you to a lecture on a typology of religious healing. I have divided my lecture into 7 sections. The first section of my lecture will be highlighting the concept of religious healing in the society. Following this, the second part of my lecture will center on the various types of religious healing. The third part of my lecture will highlight religious healing on the basis of bodily movements, where the role of yoga, Tai Chi, Reiki, Ibadat will be discussed. The fourth section of my lecture will delve with religious healing on the basis of faith and spirituality, under which I will discuss on prayer, meditation, chanting, Bikur Cholim, Tesuva, and the role of religious pilgrimages. The fifth section of my lecture will deal with religious healing on the basis of reading religious texts such as Bhagavad-Gita, Quran, Bible, Tripitaka, and Torah. The sixth section will deal with religious healing on the basis of divine practices such as Exorcism, Shamanism, and Pranic Healing. The seventh section, that is the final section of my lecture, will center on religious healing on the basis of natural therapy such as Ayurveda and naturopathy, which will be finally followed by a conclusion. Healing is the process of the restoration of health from an unbalanced, diseased, or damaged organism. With physical damage or disease suffered by an organism, healing involves the repair of living tissue, organs, and the biological system as a whole, and resumption of normal functioning. Religious healing is also known as spiritual healing or as faith healing. This type of healing is attained by an individual from within. It gives him or her the peace of mind and enables him or her to focus on the daily mundane activities of life. Believers in faith healing comply the fact that healing of a person can take place once he or she indulges himself or herself in religious activities like prayer or rituals or visiting a sacred place imbued with religious activities. Expressions of faith in God are potentially therapeutic. According to Jeff Levin, the word faith denotes belief, trust, and obedience, joined together, directed to God or to another divine being, or to the sacred, holy, or divine in general. One of the most pertinent questions that comes up is, how does faith heals? The answer to the question is simple to understand. There are various healing mechanisms following which religion can help an individual to overcome his or her suffering and can feel serenity in his or her life. We will look into the various healing typologies in the following sections. Dr. Muhammad Atiq, Dr. Shazia Jehan, and Dr. Rifat Mehmood aptly opined in their article named as Faith Healing, Modern Health Care that the notion that prayer, divine intervention, or the ministrations of an individual healer can cure illness has been popular throughout history. Miraculous recoveries have been attributed to a myriad of techniques commonly combined together as faith healing. Faith healing is through spiritual means. Believers assert that healing of a person can be brought about by religious faith through prayers and or rituals that stimulate a divine presence and power towards correcting disease and disability. There are different types of religious healing that is present across all the religions, present in the world. Let us look at what are the different types of healing mechanisms. There are different types of healing practices that are involved according to one's bodily movements, such as number 1, yoga. A 3,000-year-old tradition, yoga is now regarded in the Western world as a holistic approach to health and is classified by the National Institutes of Health as a form of complementary and alternative medicine. Referring to the work of Catherine Woodyard in her noted work exploring the therapeutic effects of yoga and its ability to increase quality of life, the word yoga comes from a Sanskrit root yuj, which means union or yoke, to join, and to direct and concentrate one's attention. Regular practice of yoga promotes strength, endurance, flexibility, and facilitates characteristics of friendliness, compassion, and greater self-control while cultivating a sense of calmness and well-being. Yoga is a form of mind-body fitness that involves a combination of muscular activity and an internally directed mindful focus on awareness of the self, the breath, and energy. 4 basic principles underlie the teachings and practices of yoga's healing system. The first principle is that the human body is a holistic entity comprised of various interrelated dimensions, inseparable from one another, and the health or illness of any one dimension affects the other dimensions. The second principle is that the individuals and their needs are unique and therefore must be approached in a way that acknowledges this individuality, and their practice must be tailored accordingly. The third principle in yoga is self-empowering. The student is his or her own healer. Yoga engages the student in the healing process by playing an active role in their journey towards health. The healing comes from within instead of from an outside source, and a greater sense of autonomy is achieved. The fourth principle is that the quality and state of an individual mind is crucial to healing. When an individual have a positive mind state, healing happens more quickly, whereas if the mind state is negative, healing may be prolonged. Yoga's primary emphasis is upon general well-being. Yoga employs a broad holistic approach that focuses on teaching people a new lifestyle, way of thinking, and way of being in the world. In the process, however, it is also found to bring a myriad of healing effects. According to Swami Sivananda, the benefits of pranayama, that is yogic breathing practices, include: the body becomes strong and healthy, too much fat is reduced, there is luster in the face, eyes sparkle like diamonds, the practitioner becomes very handsome, voice becomes sweet and melodious. Studies conducted at yoga institutions in India have reported impressive success in improving asthma. In an experiment conducted in Western Australia, 22 male patients aged 52 to 65 were selected. They suffered severe breathing problems such as chronic bronchitis that made normal breathing impossible. Half of the men underwent standard treatment, physiotherapy, which included relaxation techniques, breathing exercises, and general workouts to improve stamina. The other 11 men were given a yoga teacher instead of a physiotherapist. He taught them techniques of yoga breathing which encouraged the use of all chest and abdominal muscles as well as 10 yoga postures. The patients practiced their particular exercises for 9 months. Then they were re-examined at the hospital. A technician tested their lung function. A physician screened them closely to determine how their symptoms had changed, and a stationary exercise bicycle was used to measure their capacity for exercise. The difference between the two groups was striking. The men who had practiced yoga showed a significant improvement in their ability to exercise, but the physiotherapy group did not. The relaxation and exercise components of yoga have a major role to play in the treatment and prevention of high blood pressure, that is hypertension. Yoga is believed to reduce pain by helping the brain's pain center regulate the gate controlling mechanism located in the spinal cord and the secretion of natural painkillers in the body. Breathing exercises used in yoga can also reduce pain. Because muscles tend to relax when you exhale, lengthening the time of exhalation can help produce relaxation and reduce tension. Awareness of breathing helps to achieve calmer, slower respiration and aid in relaxation and pain management. Thus, it can be noted that yoga is one of the typology to achieve religious healing among the people. In a noted work named as a comprehensive review of health benefits of Qigong and Tai Chi, Tai Chi translates to mean grand ultimate, and in the Chinese culture, it represents an expansive philosophical and theoretical notion which describes the natural world, that is the universe, in the spontaneous state of dynamic balance between mutually interactive phenomena, including the balance of light and dark, movement and stillness, waves and particles. Tai Chi, the exercise, is named after this concept and was originally developed both as a martial art and as a form of meditative movement. The practice of Tai Chi as meditative movement is expected to elicit functional balance internally for healing, stress, neutralization, longevity, and personal tranquility. This form of Tai Chi is the focus of this review. When Tai Chi is practiced, the movements are so gentle that muscle isn't damaged. However, the body still produces the same chemicals as it does during normal exercise. Since there is no damaged muscle that needs healing, the healing chemicals can be utilized by the other parts of the body. Our bodies produce the very medicine needed to heal itself. Normal exercise produces them and uses them up. Tai Chi releases the healing chemicals but doesn't use them up. Another important ingredient in Tai Chi is the utilization of oxygen's ability to heal. During normal exercise, we breathe hard and increase our intake of oxygen. The hard work makes cells in the muscles to become oxygen starved. The deep breathing provides the needed healing oxygen. Part of Tai Chi practice is to breathe deeply and slowly while performing the gentle movements. The same principle again applies. The deep breathing provides more oxygen than the muscles need. The extra oxygen is available to the other cells. This also helps the heart, brain and other organs to receive a double dose of oxygen and the healing chemicals, increasing the healing power of both. Therefore, to put it in a nutshell, Tai Chi leads to improved strength and better balance, reduced pain and stiffness, enhanced sleep, and so on. One of the viable healing systems that are present in the modern century is Reiki. It promotes wellness and maintains a balance throughout the body of human beings. It creates a perfect balance among body, mind, and spirit. It is regarded as a self-care practice. The technique has originated from Japan, where hands-on technique was used for stress reduction and to promote relaxation in the human body. People who trust in the functions of Reiki maintain the belief that the universe is made up of energy, which is regarded as the life force energy. It is this energy that flows down the entire human body and nourishes the glands, cells, as well as different organs present in the human anatomy. Reiki is a self-practice which acts as one of the complementary therapies among the individuals. The art of healing with Reiki can also be shared with others. It was also known as palm healing, which is regarded as one of the best ways to maintain one's dynamic health pattern, not only physically but also healing one internally. It balances and harmonizes the individuals out of all their pathologies. It is non-invasive and has no side effects. A person who is undergoing any kind of treatment can follow the art of Reiki in order to heal himself or herself within that health regimen. Number 4, Ibadat. The holy law of Islam, that is Sharia, differentiates two kinds of practices. Ibadat, practices concerning the relations between Allah and human beings or devotional practices, and Muamalat, that is social ethics, that is the part of the law that guides the relations between humans. The Ibadat comprises of the Salat, that is prayer, Zakat, that is almsgiving, Swam, that is Ramadan, fasting during the holy month of Ramadan, and the Hajj, that is the pilgrimage. The Ibadat are the duties of the individual that each mentally capable, grown up and healthy Muslim, male and female, is compelled to perform. The mandatory 5 daily prayers must be performed during health and sickness, except when a patient is cognitively unable. The desired ikhtiyari time for prayer is from the time of sunrise to sunset until the shadow of an object is equal to its length. The 5 prayers are desired to take place in the following order, that is Fajr, break of the day, Zuhr, that is midday, Ar, that is during the afternoon, Maghrib, that is evening, and Isha, that is night. Prayers help to discharge the burden of the soul and enlarge the chest. Prayers are considered to be the best deeds where the heart gets bonded to Allah, the Almighty. Ibn Majah and Al-Hakim narrated that Prophet Muhammad was of the view that be it known to you that your best deeds are prayers. Healing of an individual can also be classified on the basis of one's faith and spirituality. The different ways associated with different religions are: number 1, prayer. Prayer has a very personal meaning arising from an individual's religious background or spiritual practice. For some, prayer will mean specific sacred words. For others, it may be a more informal talking or listening to God or a higher power. The word prayer means obtained by begging, to entreat. Prayer is rooted in the belief that there is power greater than oneself, that one can influence one's life. It is the act of raising hearts and minds to God or to a higher power. Religious traditions across the world display beliefs in healing through prayer. Prayer is a special form of meditation and may therefore convey all the health benefits that have been associated with meditation. Prayer may be supported by varying degrees of faith and may therefore be associated with all the benefits that have been associated with the placebo response. Clinically significant treatment gains have been observed with placebo in numerous disorders, including anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, obsessive compulsive disorder, ischemic heart disease, cardiac failure, Parkinson's disease, and even cancer, among a host of other conditions. Number 2, meditation. Prana, that is the vital life energy, is the very basis of health and well-being for both body and mind. It is said that the root of an illness is in the mind, that is consciousness. So by attending to the mind, clearing it of any disturbances, the recovery speeds up. Meditation is the key to control emotional pollution. Zinder Segal, chair in psychotherapy in the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Toronto, a pioneer in mindfulness-based stress reduction, has shown that the participants are 50% less likely than other patients to relapse once depression is alleviated through medications and other therapies. This is because meditation teaches us, thought by thought, to alter our responses to stress, thereby increasing serotonin production, a neurotransmitter that influences mood, sleep, and appetite. Meditation provides physical benefits. Medical researchers have been exploring the body-mind connection. They have linked certain illnesses to our state of mind and emotional condition. They found that when we undergo mental stress, emotional pain or depression, our physical resistance to disease drops. Spending time in meditation reduces stress. Meditation is a way to eliminate the lack of balance caused by mental stress. By spending time in meditation, we create a calm haven to restore equilibrium to our mental functioning. Therefore, through meditation, we bring a healing of our mental state. We can then function more effectively and peacefully in this world. Number 3, chanting. To chant is to repeat special vibratory sounds, mantras, or divine soul songs for healing, rejuvenation, purification, and transformation of every aspect of life, including physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. For thousands of years, singing or chanting has been one of the most powerful spiritual practices for life transformation. Singing or chanting a mantra of a high-level spiritual being carries the power of that being. Singing or chanting divine soul songs is divine singing or chanting. It carries divine power. Chanting is a spiritual gathering treasure. It is believed that the longer we sing or chant, the longer divine frequency and vibration are transforming the frequency and vibration of our souls, hearts, minds, and bodies. The more we sing or chant, the more soul, mind, body blockages are removed, the purer we become. Number 4, Bhikkhu Cholin. One of the prime characteristics of spiritual healing among the Jews is the concept of Bhikkhu Cholin. It refers to the visiting of the sick. The concept of Bhikkhu Cholin provides a solace to two major contemporary burdens of social life, that is isolation and lack of community. During the time of illness, Bhikkhu Cholin provides the people with comfort of human association and interdependence, a sense of community. This association with closed ones gives a patient the strength to heal faster. A visitor's attentive presence breaks the isolation and sense of abandonment, the existential aloneness often felt by one who is sick, reaffirming the person's essential humanness and wholeness. In addition, the visitor provides a link to community, reaffirming a sense of connection and purpose. Therefore, Bhikkhu Cholim demonstrates the healing power of relationship. Number 5. Tesuva. There is a source of inner healing among the Jews which can be achieved by following Tesuva, that is repentance and self-growth. This self-growth and Teshuva are integral parts of the religious experience for Jewish people of faith. It is the medium by which people can reach beyond their mistakes, misdeeds, and remoteness from God to stand again in God's presence. One of the prime facets of the Teshuva process is the capacity for self-reflection. For the strong and healthy and continual self-growth are imperatives and strong values in Judaism. Number 6. Religious pilgrimage. Many religious traditions have important holy sites to which followers are encouraged to travel. Every Muslim, for instance, is expected to undertake at least one trip to Mecca, the spiritual home of Islam, in his or her lifetime, a spiritual journey known as Hajj. Journeys are important in Hindu, Buddhist, Judaic, and Christian faith. Though they have different names assigned to them, all translate as pilgrimage. People go on pilgrimages for all kinds of reasons. Hindu shrines, which are believed to have special healing powers, include Ochira in Kerala, sacred to the goddess Parvati, and the Bedia Mataji temple near Udaipur, in which thousands of pilgrims visit every year. The temple of Meera Datar, a Sufi Muslim shrine in India, is believed to help those with mental illness. Thus, the change of environment in itself makes the patient to feel better and closer to nature. It also helps the patient to feel the direct connectivity of the divine forces, and thus they develop the psychology that their pathologies will be taken care of by God. It therefore gives them the necessary psychological support and boosts their inner strength. Religious texts are present in each and every religion, where the guidelines are written so that it becomes easy for the followers to follow the normative rules of the religion with which one is associated. These religious texts also provide healing of an individual, such as number 1, Bhagavad-Gita. Bhagavad-Gita is the holy book of the Hindus. The philosophies of life are well outlined in the Bhagavad-Gita. Yoga and meditation are capable of relieving stress and strain and creating a relaxed mind. When a relaxed mind recites specific shloks from Bhagavad Gita, it can cure specific diseases. For example, the one who is not depressed in adversity or disturbed by pleasure and pain and is devoid of attachment, fear and anger, he is indeed a steadfast one. Chanting of this slok is ideal for blood pressure, that is hypotension, depression, impotency, neurosis, sexual disorders, stress, and venereal infections. Number 2, Quran. Quran is the holy book of the Muslims. The Quran recitation is made of a group of frequencies that reach the ear, then move to the brain cells and affect them through the electronic fields these frequencies generate in these cells. The cells would respond to these fields and modify their vibrations. This change in the vibration is what we feel and understand after experience and repetition. Number 3, Tripitaka. Tripitaka is the holy book of the Buddhist. It includes the 3 baskets of teaching: a Sutra Pitaka, a Vinaya Pitaka, and an Abhidharma Pitaka. Lord Buddha is regarded as the founder of Buddhism. It was Lord Buddha, the enlightened one, who propagated the healing benefits of the Tripitaka. It was emphasized by him in the holy book that one must initiate the treatment of any disease in the human beings by first studying the minds of the individuals. Its prime concern was to promote good health among its members. Number 4. Torah. The Jews consider the Torah as their holy book. The Torah is an expert medicine book given to us by the Almighty to heal our souls and psyche from the pain and bitterness that we carry around. The Torah emphasizes the importance of preventive medicine. Preventive medicine in this context means following God's ways and commandments so that I will not strike you with any of the sicknesses that I brought on Egypt. I am the God who heals you. Divine practices involves the use of mainly exorcism, shamanism and pranic healing, by which one tries to promote healing among the individuals, thereby bringing in peace and serenity in the society. Number 1. Exorcism. Exorcism is the religious or spiritual practice of purposely evicting demons or other spiritual entities from a person or an area they are believed to have possessed. Exorcism can be said to be the prototypical form of psychotherapy. Exorcism involves the act of assigning order to the devil or to the evil spirits to emerge out of a person, place, object or situation in the holy name of God, the Father, the Son or the Holy Spirit. Exorcism leads to the path of physical healing, that is, the phenomenal result of the prayers done in great faith in the name of God that manifest a miracle of Jesus. Therefore, spiritual healing of an individual is the result of forsaking sin or giving oneself totally to Jesus Christ and of getting the gift of peace from the Lord, the Almighty. Number 2. Shamanism. Shamanism is a collection of long established principles and customs that endorse the capacity to make a diagnosis, heal, and many a times lead to suffering of men by wandering the earthly existence and developing an unusual liaison with the spirits. The shamans possess the ability to control the spirits in their own ways and bring about the result that they expect to happen. Shamanism involves a therapy based on the energy location of a human being. It is believed in shamanism that everything has energy and there are times when those energies gets imbalanced, and it is with the help of these shamans that the energy is made balanced once again, thereby healing the individual. Number 3. Pranic Healing. Pranic healing is a traditional science which is such an art that uses prana or life energy to heal illnesses in the human body. The word prana is derived from the Sanskrit word which means vital life force. It is believed that the diseases first come in contact with the energy body before attacking the physical body of the individual. Therefore, pranic healing follows a unique principle that the human body is self-repairing in nature. It is such a living entity that has the power to heal itself. It helps to improve the process of healing by accelerating the energy on the part of the human body that is suffering from an ailment. It is an energy that molds the physical body so that it can heal itself. There are various natural therapies which have emerged into the society holding the hands of religion, which promotes healing among the members of the society. A few noted natural therapies for bringing about healing are: number 1, Ayurvedic medicine, also known as Ayurveda, is one of the world's oldest holistic whole body healing system. It was developed thousands of years ago in India. It is based on the belief that health and wellness depend on a delicate balance between the mind, body and spirit. The primary focus of Ayurvedic medicine is to promote good health rather than fight disease, but treatments may be recommended for specific health problems. Number 2, naturopathy. Naturopathic medicine is a science-based tradition that promotes wellness by identifying the unique aspects of each patient and then employing non-toxic natural therapies to restore his or her physiological, psychological and structural balance. Naturopathic physicians are often successful at treating chronic conditions that don't respond to conventional medicine. This includes but is not limited to fatigue, pain, sleep disturbance and digestive disorders. They are able to respond to the individual needs of the patients and develop a treatment plan that includes nutritional supplements, botanical medicine and diet therapy. Therefore, it can be surmised from the above typologies that spiritual healing is not a modern concept. Rather, its time of origin is unknown to man himself. Holding the hands of these traditional medicinal practices, the modern day biomedicine has developed. These are closely associated with the name of religion, and studies proved that if these healing mechanisms can be followed properly, then people can be healed from innumerable pathologies which modern biomedicine can't treat. It gives the inner solace to the human beings, which are the ultimate desire of all human beings on this planet. Thank you.